Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're still reviewing the front pages of the newspaper and we're in Punch. Auntie Annie, you have a story.
Yeah, I was taking the LASU, the LASU graduate that was missing and was reportedly killed, because what had happened was the deputy registrar and coordinator of the Center for Information and Public Relations, Oluwayemisi Thomas Onashile, had revealed to people, security agencies, that the body was found buried in a compound of a popular church in the area. He said they are saddened. You know, he made this press conference, and he said the recent death and of the deceased. So the police, through Houdin, have come out to say it's not true, that there is no missing body, there was no mutilated body. That yes, the boy is missing, but they have not seen anybody. They have the 3 suspects, including a prophet, but they have not found the body. So they are just coming to dispute the story that the registrar had put in a statement. He had issued this statement.
Okay, so I was going to take the story in the papers. It actually made headlines. The Assembly, River State's crisis isn't getting resolved anytime soon. They are still layering a lot of issues against their governor. So the Assembly has, according to the papers, 27 pro-former governor, current minister in Abuja. So the 27 of them were reaffirmed as House of Assembly members, and the 27 of them have written a letter on Monday, 3rd of March, to say that the governor should come and represent the budget. If you remember, he had presented the budget to a smaller, I think there were just about 4 people he presented to, and they got approved. That no, they want him. He has 4 infractions. 1, come and represent your budget in 48 hours. That has elapsed. He did not do it. They said he also had other infractions, that he appointed 19 commissioners without seeking approval first from them. They were not screened. Then he said he also appointed the Bureau of Public Procurement. That was also done without screening by the State Assembly. Then there was another, mainly appointed appointments.
The Attorney General.
And you read the story fully more than me, Sefo.
No, but I've been following
it. So the drama is not ending.
I think the government should immediately sheath his sword and play this game.
He should play the game.
Because I expected that if this house came with all the grievances we were expecting, impeachment would say that they can't sit down to. But they have allowed,
and they actually have the right to impeach him.
They've continued with governance, and they said represent your budget. It's the same budget you presented to 4 people.
Just present it. It should be humble.
How difficult? Yeah, it should. At this point,
let's face governance. That's what I'm sure
River
State people are talking about. Moving on to Vanguard. Vanguard usually has 2 front pages. So they have the front page where they acknowledge the First Bank headquarters groundbreaking ceremony, which we've acknowledged. And then they have the details, Rivers crisis, and what is happening in the House of Assembly, which I just took the story. We also have NAFDAC mops up 50 trailer loads of counterfeit drugs. And Senate urges federal government to intervene in deadly attack in Edo villages. Sexual harassment, we've taken that story, and it's going to be a hot topic. Akpoti, Akpabio defend positions. And in other news, 88th birthday. In my lifetime, Nigeria will be great. I'm sure that's a strong prayer point that everybody would want, but that's from Obasanjo. Lent, prayer for wise leaders can urges Nigerians. Tariff increase will push available generation to 7,000 megawatts from the Minister of Power. And Lagos Assembly crisis, acting clerk hospitalized after DSS visit. Who has that story?
Okay, so yesterday, according to the Vanguard, they said there was pandemonium, panic at the House of Assembly yesterday amongst House of the members of staff of the Lagos State House of Assembly yesterday, when the acting clerk, Mr. Ottun Babatunde, was rushed to the hospital shortly after returning from the DSS on invitation. So Babatunde is one of the officials who have been displaced from his acting capacity, but he was said to have complained of dizziness after, honoring the invitation of the DSS over petitions of alleged incitements filed against him by the former and suspended clerk Olalekan Onafeko. And he claimed that the National Industrial Court sitting in Lagos had sacked the acting clerk of the House, Babatunde, who was appointed by the then Speaker Mojisola Meranda and she's back to her position as deputy speaker. But a credible source, according to them, said the incident happened around 1 p.m. They rushed him to hospital. I hope it's not the case of something cry. But he
something cry, something die.
I wish him immediate.
We wish immediate. It can be very stressful to go face DSS or even police. Just having to answer questions can be many people are already nursing one form of health challenge or the other. I just pray that he recovers swiftly and he's not having to carry the burden of the crisis that happened in the Lagos House of Assembly. Anthony, you have a story.
That's the story I had. So
okay, so let me take that. NAFDAC mops up 50 trailer loads of counterfeits. This happened in Onitsha, and NAFDAC revealed that its security team. Kudos to NAFDAC. NAFDAC has been in the news for a lot of good things, and they recovered 2 rifles, live cartilages, a machete, and other weapons hidden by unknown persons in the drug market. And then they found the drugs. There were 50 trailer loads of counterfeit drugs. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Meranda, has disclosed while addressing the journalist that the discovery was viewed after as an assassination attempt on the director in the southeast zone, Dr. Martins Luyomade, who normally conducts briefing on this particular issue. But since his life was threatened and there was an assassination attempt on him, the briefing is now being handled by the DG, and they've arrested 2 suspects in connections with the development. They have assured the public that the exercise will not be brought to an end because, according to her, it wasn't targeted at any person or group, but a national assignment for the general good of the populace. See, this is not a regional thing. The impact of counterfeit drug is not on the elites, it's on the majority. And so when things like this are happening, we mustn't turn it into it's attacking our people or anything. Let's focus on the merits.
If we start recovering rifles in our market.
If rifles can be found in market and counterfeit drugs of 50 trailers can be found,
so talk about NAFDAC's business is to discover drugs. But right in the market, there's a cover-up for more danger, for a more dangerous crime, which is, trafficking of rifles and transporting of rifles, and we have insecurity plaguing the southeast,
so
where
everybody
this
should
is being
speak up in
discovered.
support.
And I'm surprised that this sentiment will come
lady has been threatened.
Yes, please, let's not just pray for the NAFDAC officials. Let us also support them. Moving on to Nigerian Tribune, major headline, as usual, the same headline in all the papers. First Bank groundbreaking ceremony of their new headquarters right in our neighborhood right here. See the way I said neighborhood, like I live inside the Atlantic, but by virtue of where we work is in our neighborhood. And that's actually the only story on the front page of Tribune. Do we have any story inside that we can take before we go on a break?
It was a rifle story I have.
All right, so that's all we can take on front page review for today. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.